Alright, so we got a nice quick one here. 2005 PT Cruiser came in because the compressor was leaking out of the high pressure relief valve. I can show you the old compressor in pieces. Ended up being quite the nightmare. The one that we got, the only replacement we could get, did not have the sensor in it. It just had a block. So we had to transfer that over. In order to get that guy out, had to disassemble the whole thing so I can get to the back side, allow some lube to go on that side, push a little bit from that side, slowly work it back and forth. Did not want to break it because that was our only option. But the high pressure relief valve was leaking out of right here. I have seen that happen before. I've seen it happen when it was completely normal. Vehicle came in, air conditioning was working pretty good, but after 10 years enough refrigerant had leaked out that it wasn't blowing that cold anymore. And so didn't see any real leaks, just went through for a regular evac and recharge. And as soon as it got just about fully charged, it just blasted right out of there. So it's not unheard of to have those leak. They can stick like any valve. But of course, when you change a compressor, you do want to make sure that the rest of the system's working fine. You don't just want to ship it, because what if that started leaking for its intended purpose? What if it actually is too high? So first, replace the compressor. We got the new compressor in up there. Now, if we look right up in there, we can see the high pressure port. That is buried. There's another line directly on top of it. Too difficult to get the our gauges on there, especially if you're familiar with PT Cruisers and what kind of access you get with those. So the other thing you can do is you can check temperature. Remember, pressure and temperature are related to each other. As pressure goes up, temperature will go up. So cool day like today, you'd expect the high pressure side to be around 150 psi, maybe 170. Temperature wise, that line shouldn't get much more than 120 or so Fahrenheit, and it should reach that temperature quite quickly. So if you have a thermometer, infrared thermometer, you look at that line, you should see it reach, say 100 or so psi pretty quickly. But if it starts slowly climbing, starts getting 150 Fahrenheit, and like what this guy was doing, then all of a sudden the compressor, the engine started sounding labored every time the compressor kicked on, then hey, you need to stop and figure out what's going on. This being a PT Cruiser, no surprise, our fan wasn't spinning. So we got to diagnose that. This is a dual speed fan. There's a high speed and a low speed. They each have their own relays and fuses and all that. We have the connector right here. That's the vehicle side of the connector. Up in here is the plug side of the fan itself. Hopefully all that. Let me get you better light for this. Hopefully that wasn't too bright. It's been such a busy day, kind of limited on the time. So we're going to do testing right there at that connector. We suspect it's a bad fan, being a PT Cruiser and all. Alright, hopefully you guys can see that. We are our fan right there. So we see there's 3 wires. There's a black, which is a ground. It's full-time ground. There's a green wire, number 2, that goes to low speed, and a yellow wire that goes to our high speed. So I'm going to check to see if there's an active test to command these on, and check to see if we have powers down at the connector. Also, I'm going to check to see if the ground is there. Okay, so we got our scanner. We will go high speed, low speed. Let's start with low speed. Let's just quickly plug that back in. Okay, we got our scanner. We don't care about data. It's not running. There we go. Okay, we're on low speed. Actuator is running. I heard a relay click. We got our test light. We're gonna check to see, or we said that was green, if we have power. And we get that in there again. There we go, we're making contact. Okay, we have power. So we'll stop actuator, escape, high speed, no data, yes, start. And if we look there, we can see fans working on high speed, just not on low speed. Stop that. So because the fan was working, we know that our ground is good. Otherwise the fan wouldn't work because it's shared ground. So next what we can do, just to extra condemn it, we'll pull this connector off, if I can do it one-handed. Yeah, there we go. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test resistance between this left blue wire and the middle ground wire. And I'll check to see what I got. Okay, we're checking the resistance of the low side. Wiggle these back up there. It was giving us a reading before. Oh, you son of a monkey. Okay, so we're in the reading of our low side, and we can see it's just about open circuit. We'll try giving it a tap. Yep. So that tells us our fan is bad and we need a new replacement. That's what we figured, being a PT Cruiser. Now we'll try switching these over. If I can get you in there, I'll get you a shot of that once I've got it switched. Okay, we got our line switched. We're now on the high speed side, and if we look, we are at a steady 1/2 ohm resistance. That's what you'd expect, especially once it's not spinning. So nothing that can be done, just needs a new fan. These are not too bad to change on here. You'd have to drop the coolant hoses, but otherwise not too bad. And that will take care of the rest of the air conditioning system. Thanks for watching.